Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And it's Saturday night, and you know what that means. It's time for the AEW Collision Event Center. And now, here's the man who's always been on a collision course with his brain half the time, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Episode 1169 of the show, January 28, 2024, 8:13 a.m. It's raining right now. It's a rainy day. Yeah, and there'll be a little bit of snow tomorrow, but won't accumulate much according to some reports. Some say it will be 1 to 3. Who knows? So we're not going to get that much snow, but we've been fortunate so far. So now, just realize something that this past Thursday's Press Your Luck and this past Friday's Bullseye Bonus Island gameplays that I did are the last of this month, for this month of January 2024. Just a little stark reminder. So, I did not know that until I looked at the calendar. Anywho, we're going to talk about what happened last night on Collision, and then the next episode we're going to talk about what happened last night at the Royal Rumble. You know, there's a lot of things that went down, a lot of things that are happening. I'll tell you what, you know, I was watching Collision, Rumble, Collision, back and forth, and we did a lot of representation and everything else. We did Royal Rumble drawings, which is hilarious, to say the least, and we had a lot of fun. We had a good time. We met some new friendly faces. We finally met the House of Fury for the very first time. We also met Omega Magic for the very first time as well, and Will ended up joining us, and we had a lot of fun watching the Royal Rumble. It was really cool. But we'll talk about the Royal Rumble in the next video. I'm going to talk about what happened on Collision. And it looks like the BCC and Shane Taylor promotions have been having a little bit of a mini feud on Rampage. It was Moxley versus Moriarty. This week is a tag matchup as John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. These two teams, they went at it. I mean, they totally went at it to the point where it was a crazy matchup, but the BCC did win in the end, and so that will be so that was a great tag match. Lexi Nair interviewed Commander as he's challenging Orange Cassidy for the AEW International title, which was coming up next. And the Undisputed Kingdom interrupts Commander, wishing him the best of luck. And it seems like to me, it seems to me that you know, Roderick Strong wants to be the international champion. That match happened between Orange Cassidy and Commander, and Orange Cassidy did pick up the victory over the Commander. While the Undisputed King was watching from ringside, and that Commander did a luchador move on them, a little high fly off the top rope, and landed on them to make sure that they stay out of his way. But in the end, that cost Commander, and Cassidy ended up winning the matchup. Daniel Garcia was mysteriously attacked in the back by somebody who we don't know who it was. And my guess, because of the main event tonight, the House of Black wants to get every advantage they have. So, I believe that was the case. I do believe that was the case. And so Matt Menard was checking up on one of the referees. So, Lexi Nair was there too, so it's an interesting situation. Tony Storm, Timeless Tony Storm, this past Wednesday cut a promo on Deonna Purrazzo after Deonna hit her butler, Luther, and Tony Storm was flipping out about it. She says, it's personal, now we're going to get you. And then Mariah May says, my matchup is in Bossier City, in my Collision debut. Are you going to watch? No, I know you'll do fine and all that. I think one of these days, Mariah May is going to snap and attack Tony Storm. In that case, it happened. Lady Frost versus Mariah May one-on-one. Mariah May did pick up the victory. Local embassy was cutting a promo, especially on Hangman Adam Page. And Hangman Adam Page responds to Strickland. And and that's where Strickland and Hangman Adam Page, they tried to pick your poison, so to speak. Look at a dealer's choice. I think that's what it's called, a dealer's choice, I think. In picking their matches, so we'll find out who just picked who this coming Wednesday. As you know, also Chris Jericho will take on the Ring of Honor Television Champion Kyle Fletcher this Wednesday night, this Wednesday as well. Eddie Kingston went one-on-one with Willie Mack in a non-title match, in a title eliminator match, that's how we say, and Eddie Kingston did pick up the victory over Willie Mack. Kingston was celebrating. He walks up the the ramp, but then Bryan Danielson came out for his matchup, and the two kind of like stared exchange. Looks like that rivalry between Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston. Why did I say Kofi Kingston? Oh, good Lord. I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning because I had to talk to the guys about the Royal Rumble last night. Crap. Hopefully I'll be all right for church. Anyways, as you believe this, I'm doing this all before church, by the way. Just to let you know, because I do have today off from work. And it's raining out there. It's supposed to be snowing a little bit later on. And, oh, goodness gracious me, praise the Lord, and all that good stuff. So, Eddie Kingston, not Kofi Kingston. Get the two Kingstons mixed up. Anyways, Eddie Kingston decided to join on commentary for the next match as Bryan Danielson took on former WCW World Television Champion Yuji Nagata. I think he's a former IWGP Heavyweight Champ as well. Yuji Nagata. And this was a heck of a matchup. This matchup could have gone either way, but Bryan Danielson did pick up the victory over Nagata in that matchup. And Bryan Danielson just flipped off Eddie Kingston. It's like the mind games between Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson are continuing. I think Bryan Danielson wants to be the Continental Champion. So that's the thing that Bryan Danielson wants. He wants Eddie's titles. And it'll be very interesting down the road when that match does happen. It's going to be crazy, let me tell you. Anyways, Lexi Nair interviewed FTR as they wait in the trainer's room for the condition of Daniel Garcia, and the case got... But FTR... masters of Plan B. That's why they have not, they didn't hold all those titles for nothing, because you don't hold those titles and not come up with a plan, and without coming up with a plan. As you know, they kind of knew this was going to happen, so Mark Briscoe is going to fill in for Daniel Garcia. Mark Briscoe goes, I'm with you guys, and he's got a lot of respect for FTR, which is showing some love, which is so super cool. And then, Renee Paquette interviewed Brian Cage, and Brian Cage has been running his mouth about Hook being the FTW champion, and Hook interrupted him. Hey, you want to face me? Go ahead. Looks like after Hook's match with Samoa Joe, it's like Hook's not afraid of any challenge, so got to respect that. Serena Deeb's return in 2 years faced Robin Renegade. Hey, where are the Guardians? Where are the rest of the GoBots? Anyways. And Serena Deeb has been cheered by the fans, and she handed one of the towels over to a fan or somebody she's close with. I don't know, but only Serena Deeb did address the Bossier City in Louisiana. Said, "Hey, you guys miss me?" I'm gonna say it again. Do you guys miss me? And then she decided to send a message to the AEW Women's Division. Timeless Tony Storm, look out, sister. It seems like to me, I love you, but Serena Deeb is going to send a message. She should have sent a message to the Ring of Honor Women's Division as well. That's the deal. Well, there's some CMLL wrestlers coming to AEW, and Mascarita Dorada, Volador Jr. So a lot of luchadors are coming to AEW, which will be huge. In the main event, the cage elimination matchup, the 6-man cage elimination matchup, FTR Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black. But as Mark Briscoe comes out, the House of Black attacked him before the matchup. And then FTR comes out and the two teams started fighting. And then finally, Daniel Garcia, whose head was bandaged up, decided to join in, finally, and attack at, the House of Black, which is a team of Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Malachi Black. And then during the matchup as well, in fact, it was an elimination match. Whoever escapes the cage can't get back in. FTR was the first two to escape the cage. And then Buddy Matthews and Brody King escaped the cage as well. Now down to Malachi Black and Daniel Garcia inside the cage. Julia Hart got involved, spitting the mist in Daniel Garcia. and then Daniel Garcia is trying to climb out of the cage. Malachi Black's trying to crawl out of the cage. But then Mark Briscoe finally got involved, slammed the door on Malachi Black, giving Daniel Garcia and FTR the win. And that is your AEW Collision Event Center report. On the next episode, 1170, it will be the Royal Rumble 2024 report. So, whoops. And so that's it. That's all the time we have on the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you like this episode, give it a like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. Ring the bell for notification, and you can go from there and watch all my crazy episodes, my crazy antics on the show, my crazy shenanigans. Lima Shenanigans in 1977. Tell all your friends about this channel, all right? So I'll see you guys later. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.